Have you ever wished you could read someone's mind? Imagine knowing exactly what your boss is thinking in a meeting, understanding your partner's deepest emotions, or sensing your child's worries before they even speak. In today's video, we delve into ancient Buddhist wisdom and modern psychology to uncover powerful techniques for reading people's minds. Stay tuned as we reveal secrets that can transform your relationships and enhance your intuition. From timeless Buddhist tales to cutting-edge scientific research, we'll provide practical tips that you can start using today. Don't miss out. This journey into the human mind is about to get fascinating. Let's start with a compelling Buddhist story that underscores the power of observation. In a small village, two brothers lived together. The elder brother was blind, while the younger brother worked as a farmer. Their farm was constantly ravaged by animals, causing much distress to the younger brother. He devised a plan to place his blind brother in the fields, believing that his sharp senses could scare the animals away. The blind brother, relying solely on his heightened senses of hearing and touch, began to detect the presence of animals long before they reached the crops. His ability to discern subtle sounds and vibrations allowed him to shout and frighten the animals away, protecting the crops effectively. One day, the village was visited by the king, who was chasing a deer. The king asked the blind brother if he had seen the deer. The blind brother, though unable to see, told the king that the deer was not worth pursuing. Astonished, the king demanded an explanation. The blind brother explained that he could tell by the sounds and the way the deer moved that it was a pregnant doe, not suitable for hunting. The king, intrigued by this insight, sent his men to verify the claim, which turned out to be true. Impressed by the blind brother's observational skills, the king sought his advice on many matters thereafter. In our daily interactions, paying close attention to nonverbal cues, such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, can reveal much about a person's thoughts and feelings. Studies in modern psychology reinforce this, showing that nonverbal communication often conveys more information than words alone. By practicing mindfulness, you can enhance your observation skills, noticing details you might otherwise overlook. For instance, consider how often a simple change in someone's posture or a fleeting facial expression can indicate their true feelings. In a business setting, understanding these subtle signals can give you a significant advantage, allowing you to respond more effectively to colleagues and clients. Mindfulness, or vipassana, is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice. It involves being fully present and aware of the moment, allowing us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This self-awareness extends to understanding others, as it sharpens our ability to notice subtle changes in their behavior and emotional state. To illustrate, let's consider another story. Once upon a time, a young monk sought the wisdom of his master. The master, known for his deep mindfulness and empathy, always seemed to understand the needs and emotions of those around him. The young monk asked, "Master, how do you always know what people are thinking and feeling?" The master replied, "It is through mindfulness that I see clearly. By being fully present, I observe not just the words, but the silence between them, the emotions behind them." The master taught the young monk to meditate daily, to cultivate a habit of mindful observation. Over time, the young monk noticed that he became more attuned to the subtle cues and emotions of others, fostering deeper connections and understanding. The practice of mindfulness meditation helps cultivate empathy, enabling us to connect deeply with others. Scientific studies have shown that mindfulness can improve emotional regulation and increase compassionate responses. For instance, a study by Harvard Medical School found that regular meditation can enhance the brain's empathy centers. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are everywhere, practicing mindfulness can significantly improve your relationships. By being fully present in conversations, you can better understand and respond to the needs and emotions of those around you. This not only fosters deeper connections, but also helps in resolving conflicts and building trust. Imagine applying this at home, where being more empathetic and understanding can strengthen family bonds, or at work, where it can lead to better teamwork and collaboration. Dependent origination, paticcasamuppada, is a complex Buddhist concept that explains how all phenomena arise dependent on conditions. This interconnectedness applies to mental states as well, suggesting that understanding the causes and conditions behind someone's behavior can help us read their minds more accurately. To illustrate this concept, let's consider the story of a wealthy merchant named Ananda. Ananda was known as one of the richest men in the region. He owned vast lands, immense wealth, and frequently hosted grand feasts, inviting people from far and wide. However, despite living in luxury, Ananda always felt anxious and never truly content. He often lay awake at night, worried about losing his wealth and unsure of who his true friends were. One day, a wise monk visited Ananda's region. Hearing about the monk, Ananda invited him to his home and hosted a grand feast in his honor. After the feast, Ananda confided in the monk about his worries and anxieties. The monk listened attentively and then asked, "Why do you, a man of great wealth and power, always feel anxious and unhappy?" Ananda sighed and replied, "Master, I fear losing my wealth. I don't know who among the people around me are true friends and who are here just for personal gain. I worry that one day, everything I have will vanish." The monk smiled kindly and said, "Ananda, your worries are not unfounded, but do you know that all our emotions and behaviors have their causes and conditions? Your anxiety and insecurity stem from your attachment and greed for wealth. When we cling to something, we fear losing it, and this very fear prevents us from living happily." Ananda was intrigued. "Master, how can I free myself from this fear?" The monk explained, "You need to understand that everything is impermanent and nothing lasts forever. Learn to let go and accept change. When you understand and practice this, your mind will be freed from worries and insecurities. Start by cultivating compassion and gratitude. Be grateful for what you have and share it with others without expecting anything in return." Ananda listened and decided to follow the monk's advice. Each day, he wrote down things he was grateful for and tried to treat people around him better. Over time, he noticed that his mind became lighter. Ananda began to realize that when he acted with compassion and sincerity, those around him also became more open and kind. He no longer worried about losing his wealth or who his true friends were, because he found peace within himself. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, aligns with this principle by examining the relationship between thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Recognizing the patterns and triggers in someone's behavior can provide deep insights into their mental state. For example, if a colleague seems unusually tense before meetings, understanding that this anxiety may stem from past experiences or specific fears can help you approach them with more empathy and support. By applying this understanding, you can create a more supportive environment that fosters open communication and reduces stress. When we understand that people's behaviors and emotions have causes and conditions, we can approach them with compassion and empathy, helping them overcome psychological difficulties and building a more positive living and working environment. Ethical conduct, sila, is essential in Buddhist practice, promoting a life of virtue and mental clarity. The purification of the mind from defilements such as greed, hatred, and delusion is crucial for understanding oneself and others. But how do we understand others if they do not practice these virtues? Let's consider a story about a young man who always lived in anger and greed. He couldn't understand why people around him always avoided him, and he felt lonely. One day, he met a monk and shared his suffering. The monk listened and advised him to start by cultivating his mind through practicing compassion and gratitude. The young man decided to try, even though it was difficult at first. He began by writing down things he was grateful for every day and tried to treat people better. Over time, he noticed that his mind became lighter, and he started noticing changes in other people's behavior. He found that when he acted with compassion and sincerity, those around him also became more open and kind. Psychological research supports the idea that ethical behavior and mental well-being are interconnected. A clear conscience and moral integrity enhance our ability to empathize and understand others. Practicing virtues like kindness, honesty, and compassion in your daily life can significantly improve your mental state and relationships. Reflecting on your actions and their impact on others regularly can help you maintain mental clarity and ethical conduct. This practice can be particularly beneficial in personal relationships, where understanding and mutual respect are key to a harmonious life. Modern science has validated many aspects of Buddhist practice, particularly mindfulness and meditation. Research has shown that these practices can rewire the brain, improving areas related to empathy, emotional regulation, and even understanding others' intentions. For instance, a study published in the journal Social, Cognitive, and Affective Neuroscience found that mindfulness meditation increases the density of the brain's gray matter in areas associated with empathy and emotional regulation. Another study by the University of Wisconsin-Madison showed that experienced meditators exhibit greater activity in brain regions linked to empathy when observing others in distress. Incorporating mindfulness meditation into your daily routine can bring noticeable benefits. Even a few minutes a day can help you develop greater empathy and emotional resilience. Practicing mindful observation in social settings allows you to notice how different interactions affect you and what you observe about others' emotional states. Developing empathy through meditation, such as loving kindness, metta practices, fosters feelings of goodwill and compassion towards others. These practices are particularly useful in high-stress environments, such as workplaces, where maintaining a calm and empathetic demeanor can lead to more effective conflict resolution and teamwork. Integrating Buddhist wisdom into our daily interactions can enhance our ability to read people's minds and improve our relationships. By combining ancient teachings with modern psychological insights, we can develop a deeper understanding of those around us. Practicing being fully present in all your interactions not only improves your understanding of others, but also enhances the quality of your relationships. Use the insights gained from mindfulness and ethical conduct to cultivate empathy, trying to see the world from others' perspectives. Stay curious and open to learning more about both Buddhist teachings and modern psychology. The more you understand, the better equipped you'll be to read people's minds effectively. Developing deeper connections by practicing mindful communication involves being attentive, listening actively, and responding with compassion. This approach can transform your relationships, making them more meaningful and fulfilling. Understanding the minds of others is a skill that can be cultivated through mindful observation, empathy, and ethical living. Buddhist stories and modern psychology both offer valuable insights into this process. By integrating these teachings into our daily lives, we can develop a deeper, more compassionate understanding of those around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights from Buddhism Bliss.